so much for coming. Hi, thank you so much for coming. I'm Christina.
And I'm Abigail.
I was originally going to have a reading, but then Abigail was like, we should do a reading together because we both write a lot about family. And I'm like, yeah. And Abigail, and I was like, just as long as I don't have to plan anything. And Abigail's like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. So here we are. Thank you so much for coming. And there's food and drink in the back.
And there will be about like a 5 to 7 minute intermission between my reading and Christina's reading. I am reading first.
Yeah. And we're each reading for about 25 to 30 minutes. So
hopefully you plan your time accordingly.
Yes. Okay, so enjoy.
Okay, so I guess I'll just talk a little bit about my piece. It's a novella called Fine, Just Fine, and it revolves around a teenage girl who is starting to act very strangely and hostile towards her family and her friends. And it just kind of gets worse over the course of the year. And this novella takes place over the course of that year through the eyes of her mother, her father, her sister, her best friend, her boyfriend, and finally herself, and then an epilogue at the end. But I will be reading my first story, so it's through the mother's eyes, and that's all I can think to say about it. Mom, have you seen Allie? Heather asks, her mouth half full of the Granny Smith apples she's holding in one hand. I shake my head. Did you check her room? I try to focus on the apple-baked pork chop recipe in front of me, aware that I'm starting dinner preparations late tonight. It took much longer to leave the pet shop than it normally does, since the evening shift was down an employee for the first hour. I know I should fire Nancy, but she's just a kid trying to balance a job and school, and I know her parents don't really have enough of their own income to share with their daughter. Heather hesitates before responding. Yeah, I knocked a couple of times, but there was no answer. Do you have a question for her? I ask as Heather finishes off her apple and reaches for another one from the fruit bowl on the counter. Hey, I'm cooking dinner with those. She pulls back her hand and stuffs it into the pocket of her uniform and shrugs. Yeah, I was wondering if she had my ace bandage back from Caroline yet. Wait, why do you need the bandage? I ask. Are you okay? She nods vigorously. Yes, I'm fine. I just twisted my ankle at practice today. And after seeing my expression, she adds, but really, I'm fine. Coach just wants me to wrap it tonight. How'd you twist it? I ask, turning to preheat the oven. I ran a little too fast towards the ball and slipped on the mud right as I was about to kick. Heather shakes her head and smiles, as if she's embarrassed at making such a silly mistake. For the first time, I noticed her usually green soccer uniform is smeared with brown on the sides. I walk towards her and turn her around to look at the back. Mom, Heather whines as I examine her. What? Can't I worry about my daughter? I note several little red scratches on the back of her legs. Did you put any antiseptic on those? Seriously, I'm fine. I didn't even notice I had any cuts. Heather insists, confirming that she did not put anything on the scrapes. We're getting you Neosporin, I announce as I head to the bathroom. I open the mirror cabinet and hand her the slightly used tube. What are you making for dinner? She asks while gently massaging the lotion onto her cut-up calves. Apple-baked pork chops, I say, leaning against the sink counter behind me. I haven't made them in a while. Oh, good. I love your pork chops. She winces slightly at the pain. Go upstairs and let Allie know you need that bandage now, okay? I say to her as she finishes up with the Neosporin. I don't want that getting any worse. Did Coach say if you needed hot and cold on it? Mom, it's really not that bad, she reiterates, but I can't buy it. She's never seriously injured herself, but I keep hearing stories of other girls ignoring their injuries and regretting the consequences. Fine, but go get that bandage, okay? I give in, hoping she's on top of this. Anyway, the more I push her, the more she'll resist. Okay, Mom, she sighs and hands me back the tube. Oh, and do you need help with dinner? I shake my head and take the ointment from her, but I can't resist one more prod. No, just wrap up your ankle and prop it up. Yeah, she calls, and I hear her lumbering up the stairs 2 at a time. Sometimes it's really obvious that Eddie doesn't have a family to go home to. Greg gripes as he skewers a chunk of meat. In the end, it didn't matter that I started making dinner late. Greg arrived from Brown just as I was taking the pork chops out of the oven. What kind of department chair schedules faculty meetings on a Friday night? I ask, sympathizing. Someone who lost the meaning of Friday night a long time ago. Greg is trying to appear dour, but I can see him smiling at his own joke. missed much here, Heather replied, half smiling. She passes him the basket of rolls. I'm starting to relax now that we're all finally eating dinner. I lit a pair of unscented candles just to celebrate the start of the weekend. I feel better now, Heath Bar, thank you. Greg and Heather snicker at themselves as Allie moves her food around. Eat up, Allie, you need the protein, Greg gently nags. Without a word, Allie immediately stabs her fork into the 3 cut-up pieces of pork chop and stuffs it into her mouth. She chews loudly and obnoxiously while staring directly at her father. Allie, stop it, Heather hisses to her sister. But Allie doesn't break eye contact with Greg, who just looks back at her silently. There, Allie says when she swallows her food. Protein. For a second, Greg is taken aback, but he quickly recovers. That's no way to speak to me, Allison. Sorry, was that too obnoxious for you? I'll try to tone it down, Allie retorts, a devilish look dancing across her usually soft facial features. Her large oval-shaped blue eyes are shaded with aggression, and her slightly upturned nose is wrinkled as if disgusted. Her full bottom lip is pouting strangely while the corner of her thinner upper lip is arched upwards into a sneer. She's usually so beautiful, but now she just looks bratty and petulant. Instead of speaking up, Greg stares down at his daughter, unblinking, and she stares back. I keep waiting for him to say something, but he just keeps looking at her. A lock of her long blonde hair falls into her eyes, and she takes a moment to tuck it behind her ear. I'm sorry, but when did a staring contest constitute scolding? He always does this. He can't ever be stern with the girls, so it always falls on me to be the mean parent who has to raise her voice, tell the girls to go to their room for the night. But of course, every time I try to talk to him about it, he just gets evasive and somehow manages to avoid the topic completely. I quickly glance at Heather, who is sitting to my right. She's keeping her head down and quietly eating, while avoiding eye contact with anyone. I remember that I wanted her to prop her ankle up during dinner, and I notice she doesn't have it wrapped. That makes me speak up right away. Allison May, why doesn't your sister have her ace bandage back? Her head snaps towards me. What? Heather twisted her ankle at practice and needed that bandage. Why isn't it on her ankle? Allie shrugs. I don't know if she didn't want to wrap it. It's in your room, isn't it? I'm getting tired of this. All she needed to do was give her sister her bandage back. God, she's being so selfish. She doesn't say anything for a minute, then her eyes soften. Oh my God, you're right. She looks across the table at her sister. I'm so sorry, Heather. I didn't know you needed it. I'll get it for you after dinner. I knocked 5 times, Heather mumbles back. I'm sorry, I'm sleeping. Heather nods. What, you're not going to accept my apology? Allie's softness leaves her voice and face immediately as she changes focus to attack her sister. I look to Greg for some support, but instead I see him on his smartphone scrolling through emails, no doubt. I wish for just one dinner he wouldn't be on that thing. I especially wish he would just speak up when our daughters are fighting and not just run away. I did, Heather protests. No, you didn't. You just nodded. I was asleep. Okay, Jesus. Okay, fine, whatever. Just give it to me after dinner. Heather gets up to leave the table and Allie stands up too. I don't recognize her nearly see-through red sweater and hip-hugging jeans. How did she get new clothes? And when did she start dressing like she's cheap and easy? Damn it, Heather, Allie, sit down. I'm trying to keep my voice from screaming, but I'm tired of Allie attacking her family out of the blue, and I'm certainly tired of Greg just sitting there. Don't you want me to get the bandage for Heather so she can wrap her poor little ankle? Allie asks with feigned innocence. She is still standing up while Heather has sat back down, her gaze in her lap. You know what? No, I'll go get it, I say as I rise out of my chair and turn to go upstairs. And I'll get more coffee, Greg says and gets up from his chair. Well, at least he said something. I don't acknowledge him. Sometimes his fear of making people mad is cute and endearing, and other times, like this one, it's infuriating. What the hell, Allie exclaims and jumps out of her chair and walks ahead of me to block my path to the stairs. You can't just go into my room, you're invading my privacy. Allison May Miller, if you don't get out of my way, you will be grounded for the night. I don't raise my voice, I just keep it firm. After a moment of not moving, she relents and walks back to her seat. I hear her violently pull the chair out and plop into it. It's on my desk, she mumbles, and I go upstairs to fetch it. When I come down, I say when I'm on the stairs, you're going to your room and staying there for the rest of the night, you understand? Maybe you can start that homework I know you haven't bothered with. Remember, you won't be getting into any dream college without high grades. Of course, Mother, Allie replies, her voice dripping with sticky sarcasm. Later in the night, I'm sitting in the living room, trying to concentrate on the Sudoku puzzle in front of me, but feeling prickly and uncomfortable with the strain I'm still feeling from earlier. Greg is already in bed after a long day of work and not doing anything to help Maybe I'm tired and I'm not ready to go to sleep. I look at my puzzle and realize I've messed up almost every number. Great. I'm not even able to concentrate on this stupid thing. Oh, hey, Mom. I hear Allie's voice ringing down the stairs next to the living room. I didn't think you'd still be up. She appears at the foot of the stairs, dressed differently than she was earlier, with much heavier makeup on. The red sweater has been replaced by a black skin-tight halter top, and she's sporting a miniskirt. It's the middle of January. What does she think she's doing, wearing that in almost sub-zero degree weather? Then I notice the jacket on her arm. Right, like that's gonna help. It's only 10:30, I reply stiffly, putting my pen down in the puzzle. Yeah, you're right. Allie's words don't sound kind. They sound harsh, like two pieces of sandpaper rubbing against each other. It's pretty early. She's just looking at me, that smirk planted on her face, nodding slightly. You're awfully dressed up for hanging around the house, I say, looking her over and noticing that she's wearing bright red heels as well. I know where she thinks she's going, but I want her to tell me. Yeah, that's because I'm not hanging around the house. She's grinning at me now, proud of the power she thinks she has. What she apparently doesn't realize is her confident cattiness just makes her sound like a brat. No, I cock my head to the side as if I'm confused. But I'll miss your spoiled princess routine so much if you go out. If she wants to play the game, I'll play it. For a second, Allie looks taken aback, as if she expected me to just lie down and take her abuse. She quickly regains her composure and flips her wavy blonde locks over her shoulder. She muses as she gazes at her freshly painted fingernails. I guess I didn't realize where I got my bitchiness from until now. She glances up from her manicure to my face, which I force to remain stoic, that knowing smile still stuck on her glossed lips. She revels in the moment before I stand up and walk over to her, my stride steady and my eyes not leaving hers. If you plan on ever leaving this house in the next month, you'll turn around, go back upstairs, do the homework you probably haven't touched, and go to bed, I say, nearly hissing. I've never grounded either of our children, at least not for more than a night, but I was happy to